Mazda CX-90 Turbo S Premium Plus Sonic Silver all-wheel drive Napa leather interior. Will this be the vehicle that I lease and showcase on my upcoming 13-state, 6,000-mile road trip in September? Let's find out. Roll the intro. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Fred Bean's Mazda in Abington, Pennsylvania to check out this brand new top trim 2025 Mazda CX-90 Turbo S Premium Plus all-wheel drive Sonic Silver white Napa leather interior that looks gorgeous when it's clean. But as you saw in the beginning, I am planning and we're heading out on my annual massive September road trip coming up in just about 6 weeks. 6,000 miles, 13 states, and I'm currently looking for a car to showcase for that road trip. Last year, we tried to showcase the 25 Kia Sorento hybrid with that new redesign. That broke down on day one, and I had to rent that Toyota Highlander, if you remember, from the videos I put up on the Shabby's Extras channel for that road trip. This road trip is going to be going main channel action starting on September 3rd with the first day of the road trip. And is this the one that we're going to bring? There's a few I'm going to look at in this series, so let's dig in. Front end of this CX-90 in the Sonic Silver. Full spread of LED lighting up front, including the turn signals, functional side air curtains, gloss black upper grille with the Mazda badge, flat black on the grille down below with some chrome bling for this top trim CX-90. As we come around to our wheel and tire package, we have a machined aluminum alloy wheel, 21-inch Mazda badge on the center cap. These wheels are wrapped in Toyo open country all-season tires, 275 on the width of 45 series sidewall 21s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. Now CX-90 is a rear-wheel drive biased vehicle with all-wheel drive. There is the Sonic Silver, no flat black accents anywhere. It's all body color, which I do like. Moving on in, here is the inline 6 call out on the front fender, and it moves right into our color match side view mirror cap with LED turn signals and 360-degree view cameras, color matched on the front and rear door handle, fuel filler on the left side. Up top, color matched roof with the shark fin antenna. We have aluminum finish on the roof rails and crossbars with that panoramic sunroof, and then over the back, the roof spoiler coming off the top, the wiper down below on the glass. Not a big fan of that one. Full spread of LED lighting in the back. CX-90 all-wheel drive on the left, Mazda badge in the center, and Skyactiv G on the right because this is a mild hybrid engine. And then down further, more chrome bling down below with the exhaust tucked up underneath the rear of the vehicle. Under the hood of this CX-90 top trim action, well, we have a lot of beautification plastic panels, but what's underneath those panels is a 3.3-liter turbocharged mild hybrid inline 6-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 340 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque on premium fuel. This vehicle can tow up to 5,000 pounds. MPGs, 23 in the city, 28 on the highway, and 25 combined. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know how much. Well, like I always say, top trim action brings the top trim price. So here we go. Base price, 25 CX-90 Turbo S Premium Plus, $56,450. This vehicle's got several options on it. We'll check those out when we go through the window sticker. Once we add those in, and a destination and delivery charge of $1,455 from Mazda's Hofu Japan assembly plant, We have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $60,005. And for those who are interested, this vehicle does not have an import fee attached, and this will be the only one we look at in this series that is made in Japan. Final assembly, engine and transmission, all in Japan. It's the only one in the series like that. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move in closer. Black soft touch material across the top with this light wood veneer. It's open pore wood. It feels really good. Chrome right here. And then we have some of this light slate gray, I want to call it, trim into the door handle with, again, this white soft touch with the stitching. We have flat black on our switch gear with power fold side view mirrors in and out. Bose sound system, good sized door pocket, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. Would have been nice to have some door sill plates. We have full power for the driver and the front passenger. No massage though, which I think if we're moving into the premium segment with the CX-90, Mazda needs to entertain putting that in. Now we have firm bolstering with the white Napa leather on the bottoms and on the sides, and a firm but forgiving headrest. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver, except you don't get the memory seat settings. The driver gets 2 memory seat settings, and those settings, believe it or not, are on the dash. That's why I didn't show them to you when I did the door. Now, as we come over, we have the soft touch, more of this white and gray trim, like a fabric trim, but it doesn't look like fabric. With the design into the heat and air vent, some chrome trim on here. Down below, we have a large glove box. Now, swinging on over, this is Mazda's 12.3-inch infotainment system with built-in nav. What do we got? Wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. Is it a touchscreen? No, it's only a touchscreen when you have CarPlay or Android Auto up on the screen. Otherwise, you have to use this dial. Now, if we go to home, we can go into the top part, which is our information. It's where you're going to get your fuel efficiency monitor, your travel link, vehicle status monitors. All that is going to be up there. We go back, we can get to our entertainment. This is going to give us, if we go to source list, AM, FM, Sirius XM, Pandora, Bluetooth music, all that is going to be right there. Go back to home. Communication. It's where you're going to Bluetooth your device, right there. Down further, your navigation, which we just saw the maps up. And then your settings, where you can have your in-vehicle displays. Right here, active driving display is what Mazda calls a head-up display. And you can go ahead and adjust the height, the brightness, the tilt adjustment, and what you want to have listed on the head-up display right in here. So I do like that. And then you can also change your center display and your instrument cluster display and customize that if you would like. We can go to our sound settings. You can set the equalizer up for these Bose speakers. Safety settings. Vehicle settings, where we can go in and set up how we want the lighting to behave, the doors to behave, our interior lighting, our ambient lighting. Now we can't choose colors, but we can choose whether we want the ambient lighting on low, medium, or high, or if we want it off. But it does have ambient lighting, it's just not customizable ambient lighting, which is too bad, considering the competition will have that. And then we have rain sensing wipers and all that stuff, how we want to have all of that set up. Then you have your connectivity settings. Again, another place to Bluetooth, but also to set up your Wi-Fi hotspot and set up your wireless charging settings. Driver personalization, driver profile, system settings, clock, language, kilometers per hour, miles per hour. All that is in there. So again, very simple to use, but again, you got to use the dial unless you have your CarPlay or Android Auto up on the screen. And we'll go back to our map. Now, if we go to reverse, there is the 360-degree view camera, nice and clear with trajectory. And we also have other views you can go to, zooming on in or zooming on out. So that is a nice touch. Let's take this back to park, and we are good to go. Four-way hazards, push button start. Down further, there's your dual climate control with 3-stage heated seats, 3-stage ventilated seats, a heated steering wheel, and then heated ventilated seats for the front passenger. Down further, wireless charging pad, 12-volt, drive modes, which we'll check out when we go through the dash. Coming up top here, here's the gear shift to go through this 8-speed automatic. We have hill descent control, cameras, 2 cup holders, the Mazda key fob right here, looking good. Lock, unlock, pop the tailgate panic button, nice weight. We also have this wood veneer trim all the way around instead of gloss black, which I like. Electric brake auto vehicle hold. Here's the dial we were using to go ahead and work the infotainment screen. There's your volume and favorites for your music. Soft armrest and in white, and then we can open up these doors, and we do have a felt-lined area for storage with a couple of USB-Cs. The CX-90 steering wheel, we have a leather wrap wheel with the light gray stitching, nice 10 and 2 notches, trim ring, Mazda badge on the horn button, round bottom wheel, but I have plenty of room to get out of the CX-90 at 5'11". Huge open and airy passenger cabin in this vehicle. Now over to the left, flat black on the switchgear, where you're going to have your telephone voice commands, volume, source, and info for the digital dash. On the right side here, adaptive cruise safety suite controls. We do have paddles to go up and down this 8-speed automatic manually if you would like. And then we're going to have our headlight controls, turn signals, high beams, and then on the right side, front and rear wiper. Over here on the bezel for the digital dash, bright and dim the dash is over here on the bezel, and on the other side is where your trip odometer or trip reset is. So an odd spot for those. Then down over here, safety suite on or off, parking sensors on or off, traction control off, iStop. That is Mazda's name for engine auto stop start on or off. I always have that off. As we come down, there's your 2 memory seat settings for the driver's seat. And we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. Then we have our digital instrument cluster right there. Drive mode action. We have sport. We have normal. We have off-road. Why don't we have snow? I do not know, but we should. But for today's drive in the dry weather, we're going to leave it in sport and see how it runs that way. And I love the way the dash changes. And then, of course, you have additional information you can go across. The overhead console is huge. We got a spot for your shades right there. Now, if you want your LED dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button right here remains off. So when you open the door, the lighting comes on, close the door, the lighting will dim out. So that's good. And then we have one control for the panoramic roof. So you tap it and the shade will open up. It'll go back over the mid-row captain's chairs and the glass will stay closed. If you want the glass to open, you just push it and hold it in a sec. The glass will open, the wind buffer comes back, the glass will go back, and then one touch back. If you want it to tilt, you just take that button and push it towards the roof. It tilts up or tilts down, and then boom, back comes the shade. And it moves pretty good for one of these roofs. And we are closed. Frameless rear view mirror with home link and the magic button, digital rear view mirror. The controls on the right are to raise and lower your rear view camera or zoom in or zoom out. As we come to our sun visor with vanity and an LED light, and does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting into the captain's chairs, but first I want to show you how wide these doors open, which I really like. It opens all the way out, just about 90 degrees from the vehicle. That doesn't happen in every one of these vehicles, so I like that quite a bit. Back door panel, same action with your security shades on each back door. Same vibe, same use of materials. Do like that. Now, getting into the captain's chair, well, I have the seat set for my driving position, so I'll hop on in. Now, this captain's chair is pretty far forward, so we're going to move it back to a normal position. And now, I had no problem getting in, over 6 foot tall. It's probably the only time you have to duck. But once I'm in, plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees now. We are going to go ahead and have the leather all the way down, seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger. And then in the back, we got a command center with 2 heat and air vents, 2 USB-Cs, 3-stage heated seats, 3-stage ventilated seats for each captain's chair and rear climate. Now, as we come around, here are the captain's chairs, again in the Napa leather with the perforation, nice and soft. We do have a nice armrest in here. Center console area, it opens up. Nice deep area in here. That's felt line to store things with a couple of cup holders right here and a garbage can or a garbage area down below. So I do like that quite a bit, and these captain's chairs are very comfortable. Row number 3, here we go. Well, to get there, here on the captain's chair seat back, you just pull the button, push them forward, and now you can go ahead and get yourself in. Now, the back seats are the same color combo, but it's not Napa leather in row number 3. It's a less expensive leatherette material, but it still feels really nice, still feels really soft. So I do like the fact that they went ahead and at least gave me my textures and my looks, even though they cheapened up on the material a little bit. 2 cup holders, USB-C with heat and air vent on the right. Do I get the same thing on the left? I hope so. Yes, I do. Here, an air vent, a hair vent, 2 cup holders, and a USB-C. And do I have enough room back here? Well, I do. Right now I have these seats in the back reclined a little bit, but my knees are still a little high, even though I have enough shoulder room and headroom back here. So it is a pretty good space back here for a full-size adult, I would have to say. And I do like the fact that this third row can recline. Now, if I'm stuck back here and nobody's in the seat in front of me, I can let myself out just by hitting the same button I used to open the other side and then push the seat forward with my foot and then let myself out of the car. So there is an escape hatch in the CX-90 third row. Getting into the cargo area of this CX-90 top trim action, well, it's a power liftgate, as you would expect. You can pop it from the key fob, you can pop it from the dash. You have a hands-free option, or you can come to the back, and right below the Mazda badge, there's a button. Beeps a couple of times. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down using this button. With all rows up, 15.9 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of CX-90. As we move on in, we do have a cubby over here with some LED lighting, some tie downs, some hangers. Underneath here, we do have tools and whatnot. And underneath this panel, if you open it up, you do have tools jack and a spare. So thank you, Mazda, for the spare. Now, back here as well, we got a 12 volt and a home power source. So that's a good job. And then third row, you just have to pull the strap, headrest fall, keep tension on it, throw them forward, pull the strap, headrest falls, keep tension on it, throw it forward. And now with the third row down, if you don't need it, you get 40.1 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of CX-90. But what I don't like is you can't drop the mid-row captain's chairs from the tailgate area. You got to go around to each door. There's a lot of them like that. That's one thing I don't like about this. And you just have to move it, pull that lever, and the mid-row captain's chair will fold flat. We'll go ahead and get this other one down. Down it goes. So now, with all rows down, you get 75.2 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of CX-90. And for my needs, that's going to be plenty. I won't even need to put the mid-row down in order to store everything for this road trip. So this is good for me. Let me know what you guys think about the numbers, though. Window sticker time. Here we go. 2025 Mazda CX-90. Top trim is the Turbo S Premium Plus Sonic Silver White. Here are the standard equipment, left and right. Total vehicle MSRP, $60,005. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, so we're out on the road in this 25 CX-90 Turbo S Premium Plus top trim action. Right off the bat, great visibility out of all the glass. No issues there. Got the digital rear view mirror, so I have an unobstructed view out the rear of the vehicle, which is good because with the third row up and the headrests up, your view out of the regular camera is going to be very obstructed. So I do like the digital view in this vehicle for that reason. Nice large side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision, all that action in here for safety. LED lighting up front and out back for safety. Traffic sign recognition, active emergency braking, rear automatic braking, head-up display. Right now, speed limit on the road and my speed, but it also is going to put my blind spot information up on that head-up display as well, showing me where in the four corners of the vehicle is there something in my blind spot. So I do like that, as well as turn-by-turn navigation up on the head-up display if you use the Mazda system that's built in. If you're using CarPlay, Android Auto, if you're using the navigation through your phone, it's not going to show up on the head-up display. The handling is great for a big SUV like this. It is tight and it is right and it is light, which you need to be on such a big vehicle. So it really feels good as far as the handling, but every Mazda I've driven, except for the hybrid CX-50, felt really tight and right on the road. Now, the big question on this vehicle for me, ride quality is good when the roads are smooth, but since this top trim CX-90 does not have air ride, it's just got coilover, you feel every bump when you hit one. I mean, it's jarring when you go over bumps because of the lack of air ride and the fact that you also have 21-inch wheels and only 45 series sidewalls. So you don't have a lot of sidewall to soak up the bump either. So that's something Mazda is going to need to deal with, because CX-90 is about moving up into the premium segment, as you can see the way this is outfitted. And they need to get the suspension as luxurious as the interior, because this interior is absolutely stunningly beautiful and luxurious. No doubt about that. They just got to sharpen up that suspension. But I love the fact that Mazda built a rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive vehicle with an inline six, a turbocharged inline six. Now, our turning radius, 20 feet, a little wide, but not bad for this vehicle. And down the road you go. But I love the fact that they built an inline six. Nobody builds inline sixes anymore for a new market vehicle. This came out for the 24 model year. We're now in model year number 2 in 2025, and they've definitely refined out this inline six-cylinder engine and the 8-speed automatic tuning. But you got to remember, the 8-speed automatic in this vehicle is not a traditional torque converted 8-speed automatic. It uses wet clutches to shift the gears in this, not a torque converter. So maintenance down the road could be an issue, and this inline six is a very complicated engine. Most services that need to be done, major services, let's say like belts or timing chains and all that, engine out, because everything's at the back of the engine. So that long-term issues. But for me, I'm going to lease this for 24 to 36 months and for 12,000 miles a year. So I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. I do have to worry about the tough suspension ride and the other fact that this requires 91 octane, because where I'm going on this road trip, there's going to be a lot of places where 91 octane gas is going to be scarce. When you're out in the West, a lot of the times you get 87, 88, and you have to really look for name brand gas stations like Shell or Exxon or Gulf or Texaco to be able to find a 91. So you have to search a little bit more. You just can't stop at any roadside gas station to fill up if I choose this vehicle. But let's talk about the pricing that I got on this vehicle from Mazda of Abington. Now this is pricing without negotiation. This is just their opening offer on this vehicle. If I really want it, I can probably get them to sharpen up the pencil a little bit more, because I am going to look at 4 other vehicles before I decide what to do. I may decide not to get any of them and just take one of my existing cars. But I do want to showcase a new car on this road trip like I did last year, and I really want to be able to make this work financially. So let's talk about what the lease payment is going to be on this vehicle right out of the box without negotiation with the dealer. Let's start with a 36-month lease. 36-month lease, 12,000 miles a year. So 36,000 miles total. $5,700 down, $798 a month, and that includes local tax, title, and license, state of New Jersey. Okay. Now, if I want to trim that down to 24 months, and this is what we got. 24-month lease, 12,000 miles a year, 24,000 miles total. $5,700 down, $936 a month, tax, title, and license from state of New Jersey included. So it goes up dramatically, but to my surprise, I don't think that's bad in today's economy, and the way car prices are. For a $60,000 vehicle, I don't think that those 2 lease payments are bad. So I'm going to put that down on my sheet that I'm keeping, that the CX-90 Turbo Premium Plus, if I go 3 years, the most I'm going to pay is $798. If I go 2 years, the most I'm going to pay is $936 before I sit down and really start negotiating with the dealer if I decide this is the one I really want. So I'm going to put that down, put it on my list to see what happens. And now we're going to move on to the next car on my list. Is that they're all midsize SUVs, either 2-row or 3-row. They all are from brands that I haven't owned before. So that rules out the Lincoln Aviator, which I've already owned, the Ford Explorer, which I've already owned. So you get my drift? So those are ruled out. So they're from brands that I haven't owned before, that are either 2-row or 3-row midsize SUVs that have 6-cylinder engines. One of them I'm going to try out is a Turbo 4 just to see, but I don't think that's going to cut it, but we'll see. But this is what I got on the CX-90. Give me your thoughts about the payments. Give me your thoughts about using this on the big road trip. Like I mentioned, the big downside is the 91 octane in this, but if I want one, I can drop down in trims and go with the 280 horsepower variant of this and run it on regular gas. So there is an option here, and the other option is going plug-in hybrid CX-90, but that's a Turbo 4 with a plug-in hybrid battery pack. But there's also $15,000 in plug-in hybrid discounts on that car, which would make the payment a lot lower than this one. So there's some other things to think about with CX-90. But anyway, that's a wrap for today's video. It's a long one, I know, but you let me know, put things in the comments. I do want to thank Fred Beans Mazda here in Abington, PA, for allowing me to come review this car. I want to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And don't forget, if you want to go back and revisit or see for the first time last year's road trip, which was to the Dakotas, Yellowstone, Idaho, Wyoming, and the Kia drama breaking down on me, that's on the Shabby's Extras channel right now. The upcoming trip, the vehicle portion will be on the Shabby's Rides main channel, and the actual sightseeing portion will be on the Shabby's Extras channel. We'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.